I'm seeing her in the mirror looking out at me.
Recently, we checked into another hotel filled with spirits and endless untold stories. Established in 1864, renovated in 1998, and reopened in 1999, these walls have secrets very few are let in on. The hotel itself is beautiful, elegant, and lively, but we wanted a specific room. When we booked room 207, we were warned by many that people run out of there, unable to stay the night. The room itself may seem inviting, but instead is a home to a sad story and spirit. Back in the War of 1812, Molly McGuire was in her bedroom window waiting for her husband to return home when an American soldier, unable to see her face, shot her as he believed it to be an enemy soldier. Molly would fall to her death in what would now be room 207. Her spirit has never crossed on. In fact, I would see her during our night stay there, but that's for another video. Today, we called in Lana, an evidential medium who finds Molly in the mirror.
So I'm really pulling the mirror. When I look in the mirror, what I see looking back at me, she's taller than I am, and she's really thin, and she's wearing a wedding dress. But I don't feel she died in this room. I feel she died on the grounds here. I don't, like even before the hotel was built.
Right.
Because I can't stop looking out. If you wonder where I'm looking at, when I look out that window, I'm seeing and I'm hearing horses and like the old style streets, and I'm just hearing a lot of commotion out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that this hotel wasn't here for some reason, and I feel like the whole area was either torn down or destroyed. But she literally dies where the room is now. But I don't feel like she died in the room.
So people say this room is haunted. Do you get
100%.
Yeah.
Is she here? Yeah, I'm looking at her. Okay.
Yeah.
But 100%, but I think that she died where the room is now. I could, communicating with spirit, I can only go based on what they're sharing with me. If she died in the room, she died in the room, but I don't feel that she died exactly here in the physical space. I'm also feeling that her death wasn't, I feel like her death wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
I don't think that she was sick. I don't feel, there's something about her wedding dress. And I sort of keep looking at her, but that's where I'm seeing her in the mirror. I also feel like she's waiting for someone. I feel like she's here waiting for someone.
Right.
That she thinks is still in the physical world.
Mm-hmm.
Even as a soul, she just keeps telling me that she's waiting, she's waiting, she's waiting. I also think she was fairly either getting married or just married.
Okay.
But I don't know why I'm fixated, why she has me fixated that she died on... She died where the room is, but not in the room. I don't feel that the hotel was here. Mm-hmm. And I'm really drawn to the window. I just want to go over and look out the window because I'm seeing this before it was here. Like I'm seeing, I don't feel this was here.
Right.
And based on how I feel, I gotta trust that. I gotta trust what I'm feeling. That's what my mediumship is. But I'm seeing, like I can literally see spirits of horses. Like I can see horses, dead horses out there. I can feel and see what that looks like. My chest is on fire though.
Right.
I also think that there's a separate death of someone who is haunting here but didn't die here either. She's a suicide, but she was murdered.
Okay.
I'd be really interested to know what was here before the hotel was here. I keep getting pulled into that. Like, I don't know why I'm pulled to that. I keep getting, I can see him going into a barn. I can see the horses, I can see the barn, I can see he shoots himself in that barn.
Right.
He's separate from the ghost of there's a woman, and I haven't heard her name yet. Sometimes it takes me a while to hear their names. She dies separately. She was shot in this spot.
Says that at least on one occasion, guests have been greeted upon their arrival by the sight of a beautiful young ethereal woman wearing an outdated floor-length dress.
Wait.
I see her in a wedding dress.
Okay.
So I see her in that long wedding dress. And it's very much a wedding dress.
So she was shot. To your knowledge, from what you're being shown, was it intentional? Was it an intentional murder? What do you...
I don't think that she was the target to be shot at. I feel that, and I don't know why I don't feel her in this room. She's here now. I can feel her energy and her spirit here, but I don't feel that she was in this room when she died. That's just how she's making me feel. Is she here in this space? 100%. But I'm hearing from her that she's waiting for somebody else that died. And with that wedding dress, it goes back to either she was just married or getting married. But
Right.
I don't feel that she connected with either her fiance or her husband, because I feel her waiting. She's still, like, now she's standing right there. I feel her, that wedding dress to be very important to what she's trying to tell me.
So has she crossed on, or is she still here?
No, she has not crossed. This is her home. This is where her soul is. She hasn't crossed because she's waiting. And
Has he crossed?
Yeah. I don't feel him here. I feel him in the other dimensions.
So does she not want to cross on and see him again, or is she just bound here?
I think in a lot of ways I almost feel a little bit of confusion with her.
Right.
Because she keeps telling me over and over and over again that she's waiting.
I have here, it says that room 207 is home to a newlywed woman whose husband went off to fight in World War II or World War I a few days after their nuptials.
After.
Yeah, and then it says way down here somewhere.
I'm pretty sure she was waiting for him, and a soldier mistook
Yeah.
her as an enemy and shot her.
I pick up on her being shot, but I didn't feel that soldier or that war connection. I didn't feel that.
Right. So could that maybe not be what actually happened?
It could be, and it just could be that's not what she's showing me. She is very fixated. Like, now she's playing with the wedding dress. So, it does help knowing that they had just gotten married.
Right.
So she's fixated with that wedding dress
Right.
for me. And she's also showing me this space. I'm trying to figure out why they're showing me this space before it was this space. Was it
Did
ever?
you get a name for her now?
I haven't heard her name. I've asked her about a dozen times.
I have a name here that says
Okay,
Don't tell her
tell
yet.
me yet.
Okay.
Yeah, don't tell me yet, because no, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's what I would like to try and understand, though, and you guys can let me know later, is was this place ever not, like, before it was here? Did she die here before it was built? Because she's not attaching herself to the hotel for me. It's something else here, because I can see the barns.
I'm not sure.
It says, like, American troops were in Niagara-on-the-Lake looking for British troops, and they came across a home in the vicinity of where the Princess of Wales Hotel is now situated.
Aha! Say
There
it
you go.
again.
So it's a home. There was a home here where it was situated, so maybe it was her bedroom up here.
So it wasn't the hotel, because I'm not connecting her to the hotel.
Right.
When spirits connect to the space because it was their space, it feels they claim it
As theirs.
as theirs. She doesn't claim the hotel.
So why this room then? Like, why is she commonly in this room?
Because this would have been the spot where she was shot.
Just in a different, like, home space.
There was something else different here.
Right.
So when spirits claim a physical space, it feels different to me, because they're adamant, this is mine, this is ours, we own it, you don't, kind of thing.
Yeah.
She was not claiming the space, she was claiming the land. So
Right.
the location of where this room is now was where she...
So it would almost be like my house that I'm in now. Let's say I was in my office and I got shot. and I died. The house was torn down, a building was built. I would identify in the same vicinity that I was in the office. So where this is level-wise, this would have been where her...
100%.
Okay.
So she's made herself quite comfortable in the space. It just happens to be a hotel room now.
How does she feel about people visiting this room? Like, how does she feel with us being here right now?
She's really quiet, even standoffish with me. I'm still asking and asking and asking what her name is. And quite often Spirit will either tell me very loud and clear, or they will write an initial or write their name. I'm not hearing her name yet. So, you know, she's kind of standoffish, but she does like young girls. She likes the energy of young girls coming in, enjoying this area, having a good time. I feel that I don't feel her as a big disruptive spirit. I don't feel her angry and making people intentionally uncomfortable to get them out. She does claim this space as her own. So I haven't walked through the rest of the hotel with you yet. So I don't know if there's more spirit activity.
Right.
But I feel her a lot in the claim of the space of the ground that this is on.
So the man who committed suicide.
I'm fascinated by this man.
Yeah.
So I'm fascinated by him, and it's funny because I don't think they even knew each other.
Okay.
They feel very separate to me, but I see him. Like, I see all these horses going up and down the street, and I see him running to the barn with a gun.
Okay.
And I'm positive that he kills himself in that barn.
For what reason? Can you tell? Was it an incident that happened? Was it depression? Like, from your...
He feels brokenhearted to me.
Okay.
I also feel finances. I feel it was a lot of the time that he was living in. And he keeps saying to me, "Kick the cat."
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. He keeps saying, "Kick the cat." So, and sometimes they do speak to me. You got to remember, I'm working in another dimension.
Right.
I'm seeing in another dimension. I'm hearing another dimension. Sometimes it's like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle that I've got to put together with them. He just keeps saying, "Kick the cat," and he's running.
I just looked up what that meant, like, just to have what the meaning of "kick the cat" was. It says a relatively high-ranking person in an organization or family displaces their frustrations by abusing a low-ranking person. So maybe he was the cat that got kicked.
Maybe he was the cat that got kicked.
Oh.
Oh.
That's interesting. Thank you, Sarah.
Just throwing it up.
He definitely shoots himself. 100%. I'm also hearing I'm also hearing, and I know it doesn't connect to here, but how they're telling me this is to get me to a word. They're saying Starsky and Hutch, and he circles Hutch. So there's either a reference to Hutch as part of a name, or there's or a piece of furniture, the Hutch. Like they circle the word Hutch for me.
Okay, that's interesting. So is he associated with this room as well, or do you just sense his energy from this room? He's outside.
He's outside, but he lingers here in the hotel too.
Okay, so he's kind of like a wandering soul.
Yeah.
Has he crossed on?
No.
He doesn't want to either.
Nope. Again, he's very much a non-agitated spirit. Again, he claims the land. I asked him why he hasn't crossed on, and because that was an interesting question for me. Right? Why haven't you? Why are you still here? He feels unfinished business with the space itself.
Would he haunt people in a way that would be more obvious than perhaps the bride?
I think more him than her. Yeah.
Right.
And I also think it's out. So now it's a parking lot, right? So I think that there's some, and I don't think it's done to harm. I think it's done to to spook. But it's more or less that dark figure in the parking lot, that feeling of being watched. He does have a very interesting presence to me.
Right.
He's also quite tall. Like he's like, I'm looking up at him like quite a bit, looking up at him. But I think he has more of that someone's watching me.
He could be like a tall shadow figure that someone might see.
Yes.
And see, this is why I'm so interested in filming these videos, is what we perceive as the average human who doesn't have your gift. You see a tall, dark figure in a parking lot, you're gonna freak out. But there's more to it. He's a lost soul who had a very tragic end to his life, right?
Yep.
Fascinating.
And he's adamant that it's like I can see the horses. So I don't, and it looks like a barn to me. So, you know, I'm not a big history buff, but they did keep like horses and stuff in like carriage houses and barns, and I can see him in there when he shoots himself.
Wow. With this woman, like, have you asked her?
Hello, Dolly.
Wow, that's what he said?
Hello. No, it's her. Hello.
Is she calling me that?
Hello, Dolly. That is so.
My grandpa
freaking
called
weird.
me Dolly.
Who did?
My grandpa.
Always.
That's what like my nickname was. That's why I just like froze for a second.
Because he always said, "Hi, Dolly." I did not know that.
No, you didn't know that. That's why I just looked
I
at you
know.
like I wish they could have seen my face. I just looked at you like I saw a ghost. I'm like, she's saying that to me?
Yeah.
Weird. My
Hello,
grandpa
Dolly.
called me Dolly.
Always.
Oh, that's creepy. Wow, that's fascinating. Yeah, my grandpa called me that because he said I look like a little doll. Whoa, I have chills.
I know. I was like, what?
Lana, no one's ever said that to me besides my grandpa. That's why I'm like, whoa.
I also, energy just shifted on me on the set for a moment. At one time, this place was also very not okay. Very shady people hung out here.
Really?
I think I've just shifted into timelines as far as history goes. But I feel like shadiness and like you know,
Like gang related?
yeah, but way back when. But it was more like a place where like the badasses hang out. You know what I mean? Like
the trouble,
the trouble
like, yeah.
and the, you know, like the down and outs, and I feel like there was a lot of drinking. I don't know if it was ever an old, like, I don't want to use the word brothel, but I don't, like, I think it was a lot of that kind
Like
of
women of the night type thing.
night, and like and all of a sudden I jumped timelines. So the lady in the wedding dress kind of slipped out of my awareness. The man that was out there kind of slipped out of my awareness. And I'm now in this, and I'd be curious walking around, Hailey, on what else I picked up on that, because all of a sudden I even feel my face changing, and I feel rough, and I feel like it was a hangout and a big drinking place for darker lifestyles.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Do you want to maybe like explore the hotel and
Let's go
see?
for a little walk.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. What the heck? Okay, I just turned the camera back on, guys. Sarah, say what you just said.
So when Lana here said, "Hello, Dolly," the actual girl's name here in the room is supposed to be Molly.
That's interesting.
Maybe she was trying to give you.
Could be. You know, like I said, I'm listening to another dimension. It's, you know, there are sound things. Could she be getting me that way? Dolly, Molly, yeah. I heard it loud and clear, like that, "Hello, Dolly." You know, that.
Weird.
That's how she said it to me.
My question to you before we explore the hotel
Yeah.
is she inside of the mirror when you see her, or are you seeing like a reflection of her portrayed?
No, I'm seeing her in the mirror looking out at me.
So you know how mirrors can be portals?
Yep.
Would you say that this mirror may have more activity, or is she just within it?
She's definitely using it to show herself to me.
Okay.
Is it a portal or a portal? I was feeling it earlier. I'm not sure if you caught that on video or not.
No, I
Earlier
didn't.
When I first walked in, I was really feeling the mirror. I don't feel it's a portal. I feel she's using it, because instead of seeing my reflection in the mirror, I'm seeing her.
So you don't see
I
yourself?
don't see myself. I see
Whoa.
her reflection. So she's taller than I am, not by much, and she's wearing a long white wedding dress, and she's really thin, like
What color's her hair?
blonde.
Wow. Maybe she's like, "Hi, Dolly, I'm Molly." But yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so that was my other question I wanted to ask you was, is this mirror a portal, or does she simply utilize it?
I didn't feel it as a portal, because like I said earlier, I was kind of feeling that mirror out. I was drawn to it, and then I saw her, and I wanted, the mirrors are often portals, yes. And they have a very distinct feeling for me. It's almost, you can feel the energy of them. She's using this to show herself to me.
And she doesn't want you to cross her on to go be with.
No, I've asked her. I've told her her
Did you
her
ask her to
husband.
let us sleep good tonight?
I've told her husband's on the other side. She isn't believing me at the moment. I mean, I can try again later, but she's not believing me at the moment.
She's convinced he's still out there.
She's convinced he's still here. She's convinced that there's still, you know, he's missing and he's coming back to her.
That's really sad.
Him from war, right?
Yep.
That's what the whole. Yeah.
That's really freaking
It
sad.
is sad.
She didn't tell me about the war. She just told me that she was waiting for him to come back to her.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
You can't call him here?
I could try and open a portal. I'm reluctant to open portals if they're not even open to go.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because
Okay.
there's wrist opening portal. So if she is no, she's adamant that I'm wrong. So
You could open it and let something in instead of
I could open
sending
it and
her
let
out.
something in. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's explore the hotel.
Let me put my shoes on.
In an upcoming video, we explore the rest of the hotel, use my spirit box to communicate ourselves, and as I mentioned, Molly wakes me where I met her literally face to face.